I don't know about you guys, but whenever I can hear Australian accent, it's a delight to my ears. Lion is directed by Garth Davis and written by Luke Davies, and it stars Dev Patel, Nicole Kidman, Rooney Mara, and David Wenham. This tells the story of a 5-year-old Indian boy who gets lost in the streets of Calcutta, kilometers away from home. He survives many challenges and misadventures until he is finally adopted by a couple from Australia. He then, 25 years later, starts to search his home. This is a movie in which I will urge you to not watch the trailers if you haven't already. This is a movie you need to not watch the trailers, because as this movie was concluding, I was thinking the trailers spoiled it. And yes, the trailers spoil it. This is a movie based on a book. It's also based on a true story, so you might know this story already, but still, if you don't know it, and if you haven't watched the trailers, don't. This is a movie filled with great performances. Small ones, but great nonetheless. Dev Patel, who was just nominated for a Golden Globe for his supporting role in this movie, it really makes you understand why it is a supporting nomination and not a main actor nomination. He is very good in this movie. I was never a big fan of his. He never impressed me, not even in Slumdog Millionaire. He's very good in here. He emotes a lot. I really like when actors can emote very well. There are a couple instances when he's trying to cry and it's not very well pulled off, but his performance as a whole was very solid nonetheless. The one who steals the movie, however, is Nicole Kidman. In just one scene, it justifies her nomination. She is so good, and her, along with David Wenham, are such a loving couple. You look at these people for the first time in the first scene on this movie, you just love them so much. There's such a warmth to them. There's such love around them. You immediately feel comfortable around them. Whenever they are in a scene, it is so charming to see them raising this kid, coming all the way from India, having been lost for several years, for several months, whatever. It transmits such a welcome feeling to you as you're watching them receiving this child and raising him to become Dev Patel, who also shares a great relationship with these two actors. I really loved seeing these two on screen, and I was sorry to see that David Wenham didn't have much more to do than Nicole Kidman, but she really shines in one single scene that justifies any acclaims she might get from this role. This movie is directed in a very raw way. What I mean by that is that this movie always is shot like it's being handheld. The director has a very good grasp on the raw feeling that the story must transmit to you. This director knows when to get close-up shots, wide-angle shots. This director knows when to do tracking shots. This director knows when to back the camera away from some characters. The director knows when to use music, when to use silence. I really enjoy the music in this movie. I really enjoy the silences in this movie. Garth Davis really has a good, well-done grip in this story. This is, however, a script that was not very well transmitted into film. What I mean by that is that the pacing in this movie is all over the place. If you see the trailers for this movie, which I again urge you not to do, you not only get spoiled for the ending of this movie, but you also get a sense that this movie is not what it actually is. The trailers for this movie really sell you Dev Patel as an adult searching for his home. That's only like the last 45 minutes of this movie. The main story goes on as you are watching this boy and the years he spent lost in Calcutta in India before ever being adopted even. Which also helps the raw feeling that this movie truly has, that the story has, but the trailers don't show that at all. The trailers just show Dev Patel searching for his home. That is all fine and dandy and well done when it is done, but that is not the true essence of the movie. There are also some questionable decisions from characters in the latter half of this movie, mainly in the Dev Patel part, where characters just make some decisions that seem very nonsensical and just seem to delay the whole process of what this movie is trying to do. It's a movie that only lasts 2 hours, 1 hour and 58 minutes to be precise, I think. It's not even 2 hours to be technical about it, but you feel the length of this movie. I am sorry to say this. This is a story that could make you bawl for 2 hours. and it does not do that because there are many scenes in which you are just trying to think how this movie's trying to put together so many timelines, so many happenings, so many searches, so many things this movie wants to show and tell, and it does never really accomplish that. This movie either needed to condense itself more or it needed to stretch out more. Be a 2 hour and 30 minutes movie, for God's sake, if you need to be. Don't be afraid of that. What this movie really does, it's just stretch out too many story points that don't really get developed enough, especially in the second half. This is a movie that wastes a lot of time in the first half to show you what this kid went through, and then spends the latter half showing you what Dev Patel is going through. This kid as an adult 25 years later. What I think this movie could have done is use a lot more flashbacks. It uses flashbacks in a way that it doesn't use exactly flashbacks. I cannot divulge it more because that would spoil you, but I think this movie could have really done with flashbacks. You could have started out with Dev Patel, you could have started him remembering things from his past, and then you could have showed the kid and his time lost in Calcutta, all those years, all those months, not knowing where to go, not knowing where he came from, not knowing what was going on. It's a movie that could have easily been better. It's a movie that is good, it's fine, there is good directing, that is a raw feeling. There are scenes that are very, very good. There is good cinematography, good sound. There are fine performances. But in the end, it just seems lackluster and at many times very painted by the numbers, especially in the second half, which it stretches out for a long, long time because not all the story points come together to make a cohesive whole. It's enjoyable and you will feel for the characters, but by the end, Lion could have been a whole lot more, but I still say Lion is a martini. It is a good time, anytime. What did you think of Lion, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? What is your favorite movie with Dev Patel on it? He hasn't done much, but he has done some from which you can choose, so let me know in the comments below. It's over, it's done. In less than 24 hours, I am watching Rogue One, and on Saturday I'll be answering your questions with the hashtag Rogue One Q&A. I can't wait for this movie. Make sure to come back tomorrow for the spoilers-free review, and on Friday, once you get a chance to see it, with a spoilers review on that. And if you like this review, click the thumbs up and let me know you did, and also click subscribe if you haven't, and join the beautiful geeky community, where we can be geeky united. Also click the little bell button next to the subscribe button because there have been some glitches on YouTube, and I want you guys to know whenever I upload a video, especially tomorrow with Rogue One. And my beautiful geekies, thank you so much for everything, for watching, for supporting, for the comments, for the questions, everything. You guys are the freaking best. Stay beautiful, stay geeky, shit!